JBNN keep you informed. I'm Michelle Jones, and in the news, truck overturns, killing driver in Old Harbour. A truck driver was killed on Tuesday after his vehicle overturned along the Mocook-Spen Main Road in Old Harbour, St. Catherine. About 12:45 p.m., he was driving from the direction of Spanish Town when he lost control of the truck and it swerved off the road. The driver was discovered among the marl and rubble that was being transported in the truck at the time of the incident. He has not yet been identified. 2 children and their mothers among 5 killed in Westmoreland crash. 2 children and their mothers were among 5 people killed in a crash on the Bluefields Main Road in Westmoreland on Monday afternoon. The deceased are O'Neill Allen, otherwise called Dummy, and his 65-year-old mother, Angela Samuels, both of Mount Edgecombe Farm District, 39-year-old Petrina Wallace, and her 15-year-old daughter, Levacia Forrester, both of Gordon District, White House, and 54-year-old Janet Thompson of McAlpine District, all in Westmoreland. Forrester is said to have attended Petersfield High School. Commanding officer for the Westmoreland Police Division, Senior Superintendent Wayne Josephs, said that the crash involved a Greater Otanoa taxi and a truck. Firefighters and emergency personnel worked frantically to remove the occupants of the public passenger vehicle. As they labored, traffic piled up in the area and videos of the carnage began circulating on social media. According to police reports, the taxi, with 6 people on board, was traveling towards White House when the vehicle in front of it slowed down. The cab driver swerved, collided with a truck traveling in the opposite direction, and ended up in a tree. 5 persons are now dead, 4 females and a male. 3 persons died on the scene, and the 2 were rushed to the hospital and succumbed, SSP Joseph said. The driver, I understand, fled the scene, SSP Joseph said, before appealing to him to turn himself in. However, community members say that the cab driver was among the persons taken for medical care. SSP Josephs urged those transporting the commuting public to slow down. I just want to take this opportunity to ask drivers of public passenger vehicles to remember that it is not only their lives alone that they have in their hands, they also have the lives of the passengers, so they need to take that into consideration when driving on the road and observe the speed limit, he appealed. Especially when the road is wet, you have to be extra careful. I'm also appealing to people on a whole, to road users. When it comes down to this time of the year, you have a lot of people celebrating, so there's madness on the street. Drive with your seatbelt, he cautioned. He also had a message for another group of road users. I am also appealing to motorcyclists to wear helmets because a lot of our accidents in Westmoreland involve motorcyclists, he stressed. Man succumbs after altercation amidst family dispute over land. A man who police say was among relatives embroiled in an alleged 6-year family dispute over land and houses succumbed on Sunday after he was chopped during an altercation on Saturday. Police named him as Sheldon Brown, 48, a resident of Marshall Span in Mandeville. However, residents say he resided in the neighboring community of Miketown. A senior police source said that investigators are probing whether his death is linked to the alleged family dispute. A police report said about 10:45 p.m. on Saturday, Brown had an altercation with a man when he was chopped several times. He was assisted to the hospital where he was being treated before succumbing. The now deceased's brother, Michael, 48, otherwise called Jimmy, was killed on January 19, about 12:20 a.m. while in bed, 4 days after laying their 74-year-old mother to rest. Another relative, Lemon Brown, who police named as a brother of the deceased, was charged with murder following the incident. However, residents say he's a cousin of the deceased. St. Mary Prida Larson Unit without vehicle. The Prida Larson Unit in St. Mary is now immobile due to an accident on the Coleraine Main Road on the weekend. The unit oversees 20 communities in St. Mary. Members of the unit said they were on routine patrol in the area when the vehicle's wheels came into contact with gravel and the driver lost control. The vehicle overturned. No one is injured. Team members are now concerned that they'll be unable to effectively police St. Mary at a time of year when there's typically a spike in the theft of livestock. Business owner linked to bomb threat at Spanish Town Courthouse remanded. The individual accused of making a bomb threat against the Spanish Town Courthouse last week, Michael Glenford, a wholesale and liquor store owner, appeared in the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court on Tuesday to face charges of inciting public mischief. During the proceedings, the Crown disclosed that the phone number used for the bomb threat was linked to Glenford. Despite this, Glenford's attorney said there is nothing to show that Mr. Glenford is connected. Glenford's attorney revealed that on the day of the incident, it was at the courthouse or a civil matter against someone who owed him partner money. Accordingly, the lawyer requested bail for his client, emphasizing that Glenford had no prior criminal record. He has never been in trouble. It went to the courthouse or a civil matter that would have benefited him hopefully, the attorney said. Labeling the recent bomb threats across the island as a waste of resources, which involved numerous schools and government agencies, presiding judge Lauren Cole Montague had Glenford remanded until Thursday when he is to return to court. In a previous report, Deputy Commissioner of Police Fitz Bailey confirmed that 71 institutions were impacted between Thursday, November 9 and Friday, November 10, with a hospital and a court building among recent targets on Friday. All other targets were educational institutions, including Denby and Lennon Clarendon, Old Harbour and Greater Portmore and St. Catherine, and the William Knibb Memorial in Trelawney. Additionally, Tuesday morning, the Meadowbrook High School issued a release advising the parents and guardians to pick up their children because they have received threats to the safety of our school. However, Glenford's attorney made it clear that he had no connection to the other bomb threats issued over the past couple of days. With 2 documents outstanding for the prosecution's file, the matter was adjourned until Thursday. Eyewitness recounts horrifying moments after St. Mary boat tragedy. Last Saturday was meant to be a day of joy and celebration for a group of 25 young individuals from the corporate area who ventured to St. Mary for a beach and river excursion. However, it tragically transformed into one of the most devastating days of their lives. According to the organizer of the trip, Kim, the group was initially in high spirits upon reaching strawberry fields together in Robbins Bay. Their enthusiasm was directed towards a river located about 15 miles from the beach, prompting them to promptly enlist the services of a boat captain with a small vessel on the shore. The boat captain cautioned that the boat could only accommodate 8 persons at a time. Latavia Lottie Robinson and the 6 others boarded the small boat for the first of 3 intended trips. Unfortunately, moments into the journey, the vessel capsized. Kim, who was on the shore, recounted the unsettling moment when a member of the group realized that something had gone terribly wrong with the boat. One of my friends said the boat turned over. We walked up a bit closer, but it never looked like it turned over. We walked to the other side and we let them wave up them on, she said. Seconds later, she got a frantic call from a friend who was on the boat that the vessel had indeed capsized. She said by this time, the lifeguards were already rushing to the scene. Kim said although they were in a state of shock and panic, they walked through the mangroves, hoping to get closer to their struggling friends who were fighting to get back to shores. One person reached on the shore, I hug him up and him start crying. Him actually swim to the shore. And after that, I said the lifeguard them start carrying everybody else. So I start ask which part Lottie there, and nobody never did the answer. Me ask again, and then somebody tell me say she did a panic, and then I try all and panar, and when she go down, she don't come back up. After that, me just faint way, Kim said. The 21-year-old has not been seen since. A search and rescue operation, which involved the police and the Jamaica Defence Force Coast Guard, was affected by poor visibility and rough seas over the past 2 days. Family members of the missing woman fear the worst has happened. Sitting on their veranda in Washington Gardens, St. Andrew, 2 of Robinson's siblings could not help but refer to her in the past tense. They say Robinson was making plans to celebrate her 22nd birthday with all 9 of her older siblings on December 7. We had a WhatsApp group where we were organizing our party. She's the smallest, and she wanted all of us to go out along with our close friends, go to a restaurant and so on, said a tearful Latanya Johnson. Our mother died last year and she was very depressed about it. So from that she didn't work and just go out sometimes and live her best life. On Friday, she sent me some money and tell me that she want me to keep it fair, and that was our last conversation. I didn't know she was going on a trip or anything, Johnson added. The siblings said Robinson was the life of the party and knew how to put smiles on their faces. St. Ann woman pleads guilty to 2013 murder. 35-year-old Diana Pinnock of Epworth, St. Ann, is to be sentenced in the St. Ann Parish Court on November 16 after pleading guilty to the November 2013 murder of retired postmistress 63-year-old Nathalie Hamilton in Beechertown, St. Ann. Pinnock also pleaded guilty to the charge of child stealing after Hamilton's 6-week-old grandchild was snatched from her before she was stabbed several times and left for dead at her home that night. The baby was later found alive in a bag in Bonham Spring near Exchange in St. Ann. Pinnock was subsequently detained by the police and charged a week later with murder, abduction, and burglary. Information received is that she has already served 3 years for the lesser charge of burglary and has been out on bail on the other charges. After the November 11, 2013 murder and abduction in Beachertown, the police had revealed that Pinnock was charged earlier that year for a similar case of abduction involving a 1-week-old baby in St. Mary. That baby was found 2 days later in Ochereas. The Beachertown case has been called up several times over the years and put off. On October 30, 2023, when the case was again called up, Pinnock was bound over to return to court the following day. Members of Hamilton's family, who gathered inside the courtroom the next morning, were relieved when Pinnock, who was 25 at the time of the incident, pleaded guilty to the charges of murder and child stealing. She will be sentenced next Thursday. The family feels that although justice was delayed, it was not denied. A sister of the accused said, "It brought back every feeling to us. We felt like it had just happened, and some of us cried." Hamilton's murder sent shockwaves across the parish and even overseas, as she was a well-known figure who served as postmistress in Beachertown for many years. She was also a Baptist deaconess and mother of popular Ochereas figure Stacey Ellis, also known as Shabo, whose baby was the victim. Counsel for the Beachertown Division, Ian Bell, at the time called for the death penalty for murderers in light of the incident. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.